Hey everyone, I hope you are having a great time. Today I would like to share my experience of using this FX Audio L07 Class D amplifiers. These amps are capable of using as a mono amps as well as stereo amp. When you're using them as a stereo amp, it can put out 100 watts at 8 ohm load and 200 watts at 4 ohm load of dynamic power. It uses Infinio MA5532 MS Class D chips inside. So when you use it in BTL mode, so you have to connect the way the instructed in the back panel of this L07, and when you use it in mono mode, it can put out 400 watts at 8 ohm load, but it doesn't specify if it can handle 4 ohm load, but 400 watts at 8 ohm load is plenty of power for the price of $149. The way this L07 constructed is very nice. One side is power supply, one side is amplifier section, and you don't have to use the external bricks like many other Class D amps that are offering in this price range. So I like the way that they design in one bulk solution. You just have to use standard power cable. Plus it has BTL and stereo mode slider switch in the back. So most of my music listening, I use maximum gain control in mono mode. I also try them in stereo mode using RCA inputs and using the front input selector button. So it sounded very similar whether you use in mono or stereo mode. So when I was using bridge mono mode with this L07 amps pairing with this Accuphase E4000 pre-out Gustet X30 DAC, and sounded very nice, pleasantly surprised the way they sounded. It has nice richness in overall transparent sound signature with very well controlled lower regions. Mid-range is neutral, I would say, but it has a bit of warmness to it. Highs can be a little lose control when I pushed it above 85 dB range, as well as upper mid-range regions. Those regions can get a little bit out of control and lose the refinement and definition when you pushed it above 88 or 90 dB. So my limit is going to be 85 max using these amps, whether in stereo or mono mode. The way it sounds is very nice for $149 with those limitations, and very much comparable to 4Z V3 mono amps. But to me, this L07 from FX Audio may have a little bit better immediacy and attack, as well as a little bit more resolution in bass regions, but I have yet to compare them back to back, so I will not be commenting any further because I will have dedicated video when I have more time, when I have a chance to compare them back to back. As of right now, using them in mono and stereo mode, sound signature and sound quality is very much acceptable and enjoyable sound, as long as you don't push it above 90 dB range, so it can get out of control. And temperature control, everything working as it should, and there's no noise at all. So after using them in my main setup, I tried to play around, and they sounded very decent and very good for the price that they are offering. So to be price appropriate, I pair with this VM Ultra and RCA cables from VM Ultra to passive pre-balanced XLR cable from passive pre to FX L07 amps, which gives me quietest idle and quietest background in that combination, comparable to my other pairing. As of right now, volume control is at the maximum position, and passive pre gain is at the 12 o'clock position, and I'm not hearing any hissing or any white noise from the speakers. So I'm going to be pairing with this S1EX Towers for the sound sample. When I try both of these speakers, totally enjoyable sound up to those aforementioned that limitation. For the sound quality and price and performance ratio is very reasonable for the price that they are offering with these amps, $149, and you get 400 watts of dynamic power output. Another good option for these amps is if you have passive subwoofer, you can totally take advantage for that because the low end energy and delivery is very good for $149. It can totally shows good quality bass that it can put out. Overall sound quality, average listening level around from like 55 to 85 dB range, it should be totally fine with any type of pairing. So I would suggest you to pair with neutral and transparent sounding DACs or speakers in general. This LO7 itself has slightly warmer side of neutral, a bit richer sound in upper mid-range and mid-range area. Stereo image and soundscape may not be the biggest offering, but pretty decent for the price that you are getting. So if you are in the market for affordable Class D amp, mono or stereo or even power amp for your passive sub, you should consider and you should try this FX L07 amps, my friend. That is my experience that I like to share with you. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Did you say I've got a lot to learn? Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn. Since this is the perfect spot to learn, so teach me tonight. Starting with the ABC of it, right down One last song.